This episode of the Off-Road Podcast is sponsored by Warren, Power Tank, and Medical Gear Outfitters.
Off-Road Podcast, episode 334, Marketplace Madness, Toyota Edition.
Tonight, Aaron goes to class, Jeremy goes shopping and has buyer's remorse, and Coy goes generator shopping and doesn't have buyer's remorse, and Ben goes camping.
Welcome to the Off-Road Podcast. I'm your host, Ben. I'm here with my co-host. Wow, I got that all messed up.
You're real professional this evening.
I'm just a hot mess tonight. Welcome to the Off-Road Podcast, a podcast about everything off-road. We cover the news, review products, and interview people in the off-road industry. I'm your host, Ben, and I'm here with my co-hosts, Aaron, Jeremy, and we're calling Coy an official co-host tonight.
The Weekend Review is brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters. What are you waiting for? Are you waiting to have a casualty on the trail? Check out medicalgearoutfitters.com to get straightened out. Medical Gear Outfitters has everything you need, whether you're going out for the day or traveling on a year-long expedition. Head over there to get off-road specific kits that meet all of your needs. And while you're there, make sure you use Off-Road Podcast for 10% off. Well, let's start with Coy. I'm interested to see what he has to say tonight. What have you been up to?
I'm doing some generator shopping. My wife told me that my old ancient like 1980s Honda 1000 generator is not going to cut it. We got a giant freezer full of meat. We both got deer this year and we butchered a cow. So yeah, we want to get some backup power. I had heartily decided on the Honda EM3000 inverter generators because I have Hondas.
You know that 1,000 watts is 8.3 amps, which is probably how much your one freezer draws, if it's not a newer freezer.
So it is a brand new freezer, actually. And
okay,
yes,
so it probably draws six amps or something.
It barely runs my freezer and barely runs my fridge, not at the same time, separately. So
exactly. Yeah.
The last year I took turns keeping them charged up. I'd do a few hours, and then I would actually run my gas stove because my gas stove needs enough power just to run the actual like controls on it, and I could cook with gas. So I'd spend about an hour cooking, charge my fridge for like 3 hours, charge my freezer for like 3 hours. It'd be about time to cook again. I'd jump on there, cook lunch, and just rinse and repeat.
Wow, that's a lot of management.
It was fun for like 4 days, but I wasn't going to work during the ice storm. So
okay, so tell me about this the Honda that you want to buy, and then I'll shoot it down.
Perfect. So I originally was like, I love the Honda generators. They start good, they're quiet. Like there's nothing not to like about them, in my opinion. And they're EM3000s, 3,000 watts starting, and I think 2,800 constant. And I was like, that's going to run my fridge and my freezer, no problem. And some lights. It's going to be nice and quiet. And that was my plan. And we were looking to do that. And then my wife talked with her father. And you know how it is when your wife talks to their dad and then he has advice. It's bad advice, but he was like, wow. I mean, if you're going to do that, sure would be nice if you had 220s that has a 220 plug on it. I was like, no. And he's like, well, if you had 220, you could have running water then. I was like, well, I mean, this is for emergencies, not to just live off of. And my wife had now decided that after deciding we just needed one big enough to run the fridge and our chest freezer, running water is also a necessity. So now I'm looking at bigger generators, which you're not going to really find an inverter generator at that size without paying like $7,000 for it, just astronomical priced. So then he also said, well, it'd be pretty sweet if you had a propane one, because then you could just keep like 100-pound tank of propane, never run gas on it. And if you only ever use propane, if it's a dual fuel anyways, you never have that bad gas issue where it doesn't want to start. I was like, all right, this is the kind of dad advice that I want from you, not the other kind where you bring up 220. So now I'm looking at dual fuels, but I'm pretty big into name brand. Like I want a Honda or Yamaha or something generator. Dual fuel stuff, unless you're converting it yourself, seems like I'm down to like Champion and some other brands I've never heard of. So I'm still researching, but yeah, that's where I'm at.
How much is that Honda 3000?
It's right at $2,000.
Excuse me, I just threw up a little in my mouth.
That's
Those
what
are
it looked like.
those are super nice because they are super quiet and everything, but 3000 watts is just not a lot. And for 4/5 of that price, or actually probably 2/3 of that price, you can get a dual fuel. It's not a name brand, but we sell them like hotcakes to our customers. It's called a Duramax. Duro, not Dura. It has nothing to do with the Chevrolet engines, but the Duramax, you can buy them on Amazon all day long. And we suggest people get this 13,000 watt one. They had a 12,000 watt one on sale Black Friday, $960.
See, I was looking at those. I like them because they have a giant green start button that's like the size of the palm of your hand. In case you can't figure out where the start button on is, they just made it literally the size of a big Mac. I just never heard of that brand, and I was a little antsy about getting something not name brand. If I'm going to do propane, I feel a little better about it. But also, you're the electrician, so you tell me. I was kind of capping it like 7,000 because I don't want to just be burning a bunch of fuel with this monster generator if I'm not going to be, you know what I mean? But you tell me.
That's a good point. Oh, that's awesome, Jeremy. That's a good point. So the one that we tell people, Timberly's back in our comments. Awesome.
He says, "Oh no,
I missed him."
Oh no, the bald guy is back. Is he talking about me or himself? I don't.
Or
Because
Ben.
he's now back. I don't know why Tim has it out for me. I don't know what I've ever done to him.
He says at least we have Jeremy again, so that must be why he's
so
back.
That 13,000 watt one is going to burn like one of those RV propane tanks, the 30-pound ones, I think they call them, or maybe they're 30 gallons. I don't know, 30 gallons, 30 pounds, whatever those RV size propane tanks are. It's going to burn through one of those or it might be two of those. I think it burns through two of those in like 7 hours. So it is quite a bit of propane.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I'll probably go a little smaller or something because I keep 100-pound propane tank at my house at all times, and I have a propane stove, and that's what I run that on. And then I usually have, I think it's a 50-pound as well, because as soon as one runs out, I hook up, and then I just always have a full one. So if it runs out, I don't have to go to the store. So I always have propane on hand. But if I'm going to run through 50 pounds of propane in like 36 hours, that's hardly efficient either. So I don't know. I have more research to do.
We tell people to not run it for 7 hours straight, though, 6 or 7 hours straight, because you don't need to. You just, like Coy, someone has to be Aaron's friend since he abandoned Ben and moved to the sticks. Thanks, Tim. You don't have to run it because your refrigerator and your freezers don't run for 7 hours a day. So you only got to run it for a little bit. And you were saying that little 1,000 watter you were running in one outlet and then another outlet for 3 hours, then for your cook stop for another hour. So that's 7 hours you were running it just to do 3 appliances. If you had a big one, you could run it for 1 hour instead of 7 hours.
Well, that's kind of true, I guess. But once I'm running it, I'm probably watching TV if I'm at that point. So, power's out, there's a storm, I'm not going to work probably. I'm definitely video gaming if I have 7,500 watts of juice on tap,
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is you just need to go full standby then.
I'm not going to say no to that. If the price is right, I would consider going full standby. But the downside with full standby is I don't have natural gas at my house, so I'd have to have a standalone propane tank. And then it's like, am I going to get a big one and have propane delivered? And if I have
Why
propane delivered, I have a bridge. I have a bridge onto my property that I own, not the county, so I have to maintain it. So I try not to have a lot of heavy truck traffic across it because it has a low weight rating, and it's my only ingress.
Look
so.
at it this way: if a propane truck drives over the bridge, just make them sign a waiver first, and the waiver states that if they break the bridge, they're gonna just leave the truck there, and then you got propane for life, man.
That's true. I'm already doing that with the fuel truck because my furnace is heating oil. So I'm hoping he makes it across and I have a couple million gallons here.
Then convert everything to propane. Then you only have one truck.
That sounds really expensive.
Those standalone ones are going to cost you over 20 grand to do everything there, because then you got to get the right transfer panels, and the electrician for that is a lot more money. So
yeah, I know a guy, luckily. All right, what about you, Aaron?
I haven't done anything off-roading at all. Nothing. I haven't done any generator shopping, but in the firearms community here, 2 nights ago, there was a class at a local gun store for Vortex. Vortex Optics. You may have heard of them. They sell scopes and red dots and things. Apparently, they're like the #1 volume sales in America. I didn't know that. So, Ben, if you want to say something, you have to unmute yourself.
It's probably better that I stay muted for what I had to say. So yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Anyway, so they had a class on first focal plane scopes. So I went to learn some stuff, and they had $5,000 worth of stuff they're going to give away. And I won a scope, not a very expensive one. It is a 2-7, and it is only a rimfire scope. So this goes on a 22 or 17 HMR, something like that. So anything rimfire.
What, they didn't copy the Attaballs 1 to 10 scope and give you that one? I mean,
they had some more expensive scopes that they gave away. One of them was a $1,500 scope.
Was it a 1 to 10 that they copied from somebody else?
No.
Oh, okay.
So,
do you have a 17 HMR, Aaron?
I do, but it already has a much bigger scope than this on it.
Oh boy, I have
How
a
much do you
17
want for it?
HMR, and I don't have a scope. So I mean,
Yeah.
only a close friend that could really use that. And I mean, Christmas is just around the corner. He's right there. So I just
Coy,
keep that in mind.
I already asked for it in the private chat, so
You asked first.
I already asked how much for it.
I didn't ask. I'm not trying to buy it. I'm trying to get a good Christmas present here, bro.
I'm not trying to buy it. So all my rifles that can take scopes have scopes on them already. So clearly I am in excess having a scope without a rifle. So you know what that means, right?
The gun shops are open on Christmas Eve when you're going to be here next. And it's been a while since we left the Wise to go buy a gun randomly. So it feels like a time.
Nail on the head.
Yeah.
Nail on the head. I was talking with Ryan Cross about it because he's a big Vortex fanboy. And so I said, whatever I buy, it'll have to be threaded because I want a suppressed 22. I want a Hollywood gun.
Don't you have a 1022?
I do, but it's not threaded.
Get a new barrel, $100-something bucks. You can.
But it already has a scope on it.
So get another 1022, one with a threaded barrel. There you go.
Correct.
Get the takedown so that you can have it.
Oh shoot! My wife is. I'm sure this is my wife in the comments, or maybe it's Coy's wife in the comments. All it says is Facebook user. It could be Coy in the comments. It says, "Give it to Coy."
It wasn't me, but
your wife.
wasn't me, and it wasn't my wife for sure. So I think that you should give it to me. The vote has been cast.
The vote has been cast. She doesn't want me to buy another rifle. Bummer. David L says the owners of Vortex started out making binoculars for bird watching, and they actually mentioned that in the class. So, yeah. Anyways, enough about me winning free scopes. Jeremy, tell me about your waffles.
My waffles, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I picked up the soft top that I was looking at. So it's the best top NX Pro or NX Plus with the fastback style. So I kind of waffled on it after I purchased it and it showed up. I don't know. I might end up returning it. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, it's kind of a hard thing because like if I had a shop where I could store a hard top, it'd be a pretty easy decision. I'd just keep both. But I don't really have the room to store both. So,
and his wife doesn't like clutter.
Well, and I don't want to store a hard top. I stored a topper for my Tacoma forever, and never again will I do that.
So with my hard top on my Jeep, because the freedom panels come off, I would just leave it standing up, and so I'd pick it up, bring it into the garage, and have it standing up, and then I'd stack my doors under it, so that the open side was out, and then I'd put my doors in there.
My garage is very efficiently used right now, meaning that everywhere has stuff.
Yeah,
so,
everywhere has something.
You could
Could you arrange to hook it to the ceiling? You know,
my ceiling's not really tall enough. I mean, I could, but
not that tall.
I could, but it would block. If the only way I could do it, it would block access to a bunch of shelves that I have that I actually pull stuff down pretty regularly. So it'd kind of be a pain in the ass if I did it that way.
What if you stood it up like I suggested, but put it on like some rolly dollies so you can move it around? So yes, it'll still be in your way, but you can roll it around and put it places.
No, I mean literally there's no place to like there's nowhere where you could fit the footprint of the hard top except for like next to the driver's side door of my wife's car.
All right, hear me out, Jeremy. I think you're going to like this idea, but I just thought of it.
Sell the Jeep and buy
No. You're going to love this. Just hear me out.
Yeah.
Your Jeep's it's gone so far. It can't be a daily at this point. It's not really even probably that great of an overland type vehicle. So get another Jeep on like 33s, and then you just switch the hard top and soft top back and forth. So
That's
you always have storage. I'm just throwing that out there, and then it sits in the driveway.
Well, no, I wouldn't. If I did that, I wouldn't have to swap the hard tops back and forth, or hard top and soft top back and forth, because the real reason I want the hard top is for like the overlandy type stuff, like and for duck hunting. So so I can throw a kayak on top. You can't really do that with a soft top. Also, you get the extra storage that I'm losing with the fastback style. Although I love the fastback style, I hate to lose the space. So, Coy, your idea actually makes the most sense, and I'm going to pitch that to my wife tonight and see how it goes.
So Jeremy's divorced.
Sense. Honestly, it makes the most logistical sense, and it really should pay for yourself now that you have the fastback style on your big Jeep, because it's so much more aerodynamic with all the fuel savings. Use that to buy a smaller Jeep, even more fuel savings. So
so that way the air flows nicely over the back, comes down, smacks right into the spare tire. Fuel economy.
Hey, don't tell your wife that. Don't argue against yourself. I'm trying to help you here, man.
Oh no, this is just between you, me, and the trees. Just between us girls here. No.
Chad in the comments says, sell the Jeep and buy a Nissan. Did you guys see that this year's Ultimate Adventure, there was a Nissan Pathfinder on 37s?
Really?
It was solid axle swaps with, I think, Dana 60s.
Yeah.
What generation Nissan was it, though? Pathfinder.
Same body.
ones.
The new one.
Same body style as mine. Same body style as mine.
So
So
one
it
of
was
the
like
that's IRS.
Yeah, well, so the Pathfinders of my generation, this is a R51 is the chassis code. I think they were sold from 05 to 12 or 14, somewhere around there. But they were IRS IFS. So they swapped front and rear solid axles into that bad boy.
Nice.
That's a lot of work.
Yes.
But
I mean, it still is a body on frame, so at least you've got mounting points.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a lot
But
of work.
you probably have to beef up the frame quite a bit.
I don't think so, because these Nissans had fully boxed frame. They aren't C-channel frame like Toyotas.
Ooh. My Toyota's a solid frame.
I think only at the front and the rear. I think it's a C-channel down the middle.
You're welcome to crawl under mine and check, but fully boxed all the way around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
120
that's
series.
just an FJ.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have practically the same frame.
How dare you.
So the real point here though is Ben can definitely really see his frame because he doesn't have plates in.
Yes, definitely can. Actually, that's been up on the agenda here. Well, other things are more important
for 2 years. Seriously, okay.
It's still on the whiteboard behind him.
I love you, man, but I mean, I axle swapped a Jeep before you got got skid plates.
How many kids do you got?
2.
Yeah, there you go. That's why.
Hang on a second, guys. Ben, I don't think agenda means what you think it means. So I just want you to be able to roll it. Let you look that up and then try a different word.
It's on the list, and it was higher up on the list there for a second, but then
And
I'm
we
not sure
kinda,
what Coy's. Tim's talking about Coy's back door here. I'm not sure. It says you've got a really weird back door, so I'm not sure. Do FJs have a weird back door? Isn't it the same
they have
as a
the
Jeep
suicide
swings?
Suicide door.
Oh, I was thinking of the rear, not the second doors, but yeah.
I was gonna be like, how did you know I had a hemorrhoid, Tim?
So we kind of digressed a little bit.
A lot,
I was
yeah.
actually looking for some advice on what I should do, whether or not I should keep the soft top or send it back.
Let's just use what I told you and be done with it. Get another Jeep to put the hardtop on. That's the best way.
I got to have a plan B.
How long would you have your hard top off if you had your hard top off for putting on the soft top? Would it be like a weekend? Would it be a week? Would it be
like
a couple
when
weeks?
I swap over?
Uh-huh.
I mean, instantly.
How long would you have the hard top on the ground is what I'm saying.
Like, would you only run with a soft top for 6 months out of the year or forever?
Oh. It'd probably be about 6 months.
Spike
Maybe.
says 3 months max.
I don't know. There's a lot of nice spring and fall days that I like to take at least the freedom panels off.
Well, that hard top or that soft top, it rolls back, doesn't it?
What
It
are
does,
freedom
yeah.
panels? You guys keep saying that. I have no clue.
It's T-tops for Jeeps, but it's not a T-top because it goes all the way across.
Yep, and it's leaky.
So
Speaking of leaky, Tim says he's had his hard top in his backyard for over a year.
Yeah, but that's because he's like in Arizona.
Yeah, but that's what Jeremy's trying to avoid.
Yeah,
Jeremy,
yeah, that's
how much could you sell your hardtop for if you just put it on Craigslist?
I don't know, probably like $400 or $500.
And how much did your fastback soft top cost?
I got it on sale for like $900.
So you could be $1,500 cash right there, and you can get a fastback hardtop for like $3,000.
Yeah, I don't want a fastback.
Those look way better than a fastback soft top.
Yeah, but I don't want a fastback hardtop. I want the ability to go with just the the safari top or bikini top or whatever you call it. I don't even know anymore. I love the Sunrider. So the other option I was thinking is if I returned the soft top, I might just pick up a Sunrider. But the Sunriders are like outrageously expensive for just being a flip top.
The best top makes it's where it's just the front half. That's
I know,
soft.
but they're insanely expensive for just that one piece.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to give you options here, man.
I know.
Have you had a Jeep with no top before? Have you lived that life yet?
Yeah, I've driven my Jeep with no top.
No, I mean, but like for a summer.
Oh, no, but I don't garage my Jeep, so I don't really want to do it that way.
Here's what I think you should do. I think you should return it because you can always get it. You can always buy it again on sale.
Yeah.
And just run no hard top this summer as much as possible and see how much you actually like it. Because everybody I know with Jeeps, they go up in the mountains with somebody. They eat 19 and a half gallons of dust every time they go out. By the end of the summer, they've ate their body weight in dirt and bugs. And they're like, no, I don't want to do this anymore. And they go back to a hard top all the time. Plus, it gets hot and air conditioning doesn't hardly work at all with no top.
Well, I mean, for the most part, let me put it this way. I really Tim, just return the Jeep if you can't handle it. I don't know. I'm so torn. I think I'm probably just gonna return it, and maybe I'll get a Sunrider. But yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. But
I think Coy's got both of the right answers. Return it and roll without a hard top, see if you like it, and the other option is get a second JK.
Well, I think that's option A. But
Correct.
like a newer JK, because if you're gonna, you know, if I'm gonna go that route, I should just buy a JL, keep this keep the soft top, sell the hard top to fund the purchase of the JL, and then we're good.
I thought you wanted a JT.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, you're right. If it's gonna be an Overlander, I definitely need the JT. Good call. All right. Well, we've talked long enough for mine. So Ben, what have you been up to this week?
Absolutely
well,
nothing.
That's awesome. Great. Moving on. Ran out of time. Just kidding.
I took my scouts camping. Here's like the only picture I took. We had
you can't
30
really
of us
see
all together.
anything.
Nah, yeah, exactly. I just took a picture of the kids around the fire. We had 30 of us there.
What are all what are those houses in the background?
Yeah, what is all those houses in the background?
We were on one of our members' property. They've got a farm. They've got like 40 acres, and so it was supposed to be extra nasty. So we actually slept in the what's it called, the horse corral, because it's a horse farm. They do riding lessons and all that. So the horse corral. So
the corral. So like you're talking about
where all the poop is.
Yeah.
No, not the stables. The corral. It had been cleaned.
I think you mean arena. Is arena the word you're looking for?
I think
yeah, arena. I guess it'd be arena. Yeah.
Was it covered?
Covered arena, and it had 6-foot walls. Okay. So we were able to like the wind that was blowing. There was some nasty wind because we're up on the plateau, and the wind didn't affect our tents. I used my Gazelle for the first time in a year because I haven't used it since my cousin used it when we went snow camping.
So you basically camped in a dirt gymnasium.
Dirt gymnasium, yep. But we did some fire skills and some archery, some BB guns, and I pulled out some Dutch ovens, and we did some apple dump cake. I had to use 3 Dutch ovens, and it was barely enough. So it was a fun time, though.
Speaking of snow camping,
and no, the Easy Up wasn't on fire. It's just in front of it.
No, on the fire.
No, not on fire.
It would have been pretty easy to see if it was on fire, Ben.
Yeah, I was getting there. It was close. Yeah, we used lots of tarps and rope and two Easy Ups to make sure that we could sit around the fire when it rained hard.
Yeah,
I did Dutch oven the Gazelle as well.
Oh man, I miss Tim being in the comments every single week.
My poor kids didn't know what was hitting them because we had beans and weenies for dinner.
Oh, I'm sure they knew what hit them. I'm sure they knew it hit them.
Oh no, they were asleep, so they didn't know.
You have to be conscious to know what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kids are
Remind me never
gagging.
to share a tent with Ben. Or maybe a hotel room at that.
Aaron learned his lesson.
Quickly.
Bring earplugs.
The Weekend Review is brought to you by Medical Gear Outfitters. What are you waiting for? Are you
Hey guys, we're looking to reach more listeners. We're going to start reading Apple iTunes reviews on air. If you hear yours, send us a message with your address, and we'll send you an Off-Road Podcast sticker. You can find all of our social media by just searching our name. Now, go hit that subscribe button.
So you cut me off and you hit the wrong ad read.
It's this bourbon. Apple dump cake in a horse arena. That sounds runny. Well, yummy. Probably runny.
Jeremy, you want to hit that listener feedback?
Sure, I'm still reeling from Ben's comment over here. Anyway, so some listener feedback that we got. So as a Jeep Long Beach creator, I am all about doing as much good every day as I can, whether removing other people's vile filth from nature and public lands by the tons or the one bottle cap, or helping the helpless, or anyone in need. I've jumped in with both feet into Special Olympics and looking for decent humans to donate to that cause.
So, yeah, John Thompson sent us a message on Facebook. He's a fellow gambler, and he is looking for people to sponsor his Polar Plunge coming up here in February, I believe. So we got a link in the show notes, and we'll post a link on our Facebook stuff also. So, and if you, I don't know if you can or can't join, but there's a Polar Plunge in Eastern Washington over in Richland, and a Polar Plunge in Alki Beach area in Western Washington. So if you're in any of those areas and you want to get in some really cold water or donate, let us know and we'll hook you up with John Thompson. Otherwise, we'll have a link in the show notes and stuff like that. So it's going for a good cause. Special Olympics is definitely a really good cause.
Yep.
What do you got, Coy?
It's as the starts out there as a Jeep Long Beach creator. What's that mean?
So there's Long Beach, Washington. They have a big cleanup every year.
Yeah.
We
got to Long Beach.
And it's called Jeep Long. Okay. All right. I was lost there. That makes sense.
So they do a big cleanup there. So
Yeah.
Gotcha.
What do you mean there? It's like half the state or more.
Yep. A few
I
other
didn't
places.
know if Jeep Long Beach was like a YouTube channel and he's like, a content creator or what it meant. So that makes sense.
Tim doesn't think we have any listeners from the Alki Beach area. So if there's anyone out there in the Alki Beach area, let us know so we can prove Tim wrong.
And send you a sticker just to prove Tim wrong.
There you go. Absolutely.
We also want to thank our sponsor, Patriot Patch. Head over to patriotpatch.co and check out their selection of great patches, shirts, cleaning mats, signs, and stickers. You can also join the Patch of the Month Club for $15 and receive a patch, matching sticker, and artist proof each month.
All right, Aaron, pull out those fancy patches.
Speaking of that artist proof, here is December's patch of the month. Here you go. You can see you got Santa on a bike. And, of course, the gratuitous back shot from the previous 12 months. So you got the sticker and the patch here. It says, Santa steals all my presents. So looks like he's got a HK G37.
And a Harley.
Sweet nods on a hog.
Yep.
Yeah, quad tubes.
Yeah, quad nods. Yeah, so besides that, I got some other patches here to show off. We got some Christmas ones finally to show off. This one is actually not a patch. It is an ornament. You may recognize the family truckster.
So I can't remember what we saw that picture on, but my son recognized it from the Christmas tree and ran over to the Christmas tree and grabbed it and ran back.
Oh, really?
Over. It's like same.
So this says Not So Fragile. It's the leg lamp with a holster on the leg. We've got Santa getting ready to visit my house with a bag full of gear. I don't know why my camera can't seem to focus on these guys.
Wait, is
There
that
we
an
go.
ornament?
Yep, this one's an ornament
I
also.
don't think I got that one.
You're not cool enough.
That may have been one from last year. And the last one is Peace, Love, and Joy, also an ornament.
So
were-
special thing, that was one of the first patches.
the Peace, Love, Joy.
Yeah, that I got that the year that Patriot Patch started. That was one of the first patches I got. It was before Patriot Patch had started officially, I believe.
Oh wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
So
Yep, so there's your Patriot patch.
The news is brought to you by PowerTank, the ultimate mobile onboard air system for performance, versatility, and reliability. They are your source for all air-related accessories. Check them out at powertank.com.
Hey, keep me on the screen for just another minute here. I got a power tank thing to show off too. Blowgun kit by Power Tank. So
Good.
I haven't tried it yet. Super excited to try this. What can I say? It's a blowgun. That's not very exciting, but I hear Power Tank's blowguns are like the blowiest of blowguns. They do a lot of CFM. And it's got an extendable tip for hard to reach areas. So
yeah, that was who was it that told us how awesome that blowgun is?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy's going to need one of those when he's driving around without the top. Just keep it there close to blow the dust out of his eyes and stuff. And, just cool himself off. Some nice cold CO2. Since it'll be like driving with a hairdryer in your face in the summer.
Straight out of the Power Tank.
Yeah.
It says it can handle up to 400 PSI. So that's a lot of size. Yeah. News here. Yeah.
Wait, could you use that to like recharge a soda if it goes flat?
Probably.
Let's try. Let's stick it down on the bottom of a can and you pull the trigger. I'll watch.
So our last Overland video that Aaron and I made only got up like 6,000 views. I feel like we might break the legendary 10K mark if we do Overland soda recharge.
With the Power Tank?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
I bet that would be a lot of whatchamacallits.
I'm just saying there's probably a lot of Overlanders that have had flat beer and are just like, look, this IPA, I cannot handle it like this. And they could just wham.
Power Tank is missing out on a marketing opportunity here. They need to make a connection for a soda stream.
You're out overlanding and you want to make some tempura shrimp or something. Got to aerate that batter.
Yeah. We'll have to talk to them about that suggestion, a soda stream attachment. I mean, because isn't that what they use? They use CO2 for that, right?
They do use CO2 for that. Yes.
Yeah. You can see one of those like bar dispensers. That's going to be like the next Overland thing, is one of those bar dispensers that has all the different buttons on it.
A tap.
Or they need to sell connections to corny kegs so you can just tap your own beer out there.
We've got some, I don't know who this Andy I'm Hoff guy. He wants to know what the biggest tire he can fit on a Subaru Forester.
He's probably a Florida man.
Yeah, sorry, Florida people. We don't talk to people from Florida.
I don't know what the biggest you can fit, but I know what the biggest I'm going to recommend is to get your cut and pull the press bridge out.
Nice.
37s. There you go.
Absolutely.
Let us know how that works out.
37s are the new 33s.
Yep.
They really are.
All right. Let's get to this first story, shall we, Aaron?
Yeah. Our first news story is fourwheeler.com or motortrend.com, who owns Four Wheeler. I don't know how this works, but they wanted to show off their favorite Overland builds of SEMA 2021. So I'm confused by some of these. For instance, this one.
This
Can
Ford
you
Slamback.
can you hit Control Plus several times there, Ben, to zoom it in? Yeah, like that. Yeah, so that's really cool. I'm not sure quite if it's Overlandy. It's 35 straight axle swapped. It's got a rooftop tent and light bar and a winch. I mean, it's got
All
the
you need-
capabilities for being an Overlander, but
All you need is a rooftop tent for it to be Overland. Just saying.
yeah.
I love it. I don't know about the rooftop tent on it, like going with a rooftop tent on that build, but that is freaking sweet.
Yeah. That's going to be a really high up there rooftop tent as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's got a rear winch.
And it's worn.
Look at the trussed rear axle on that. I mean, this guy really isn't overlanding. He's set up to rock crawl.
Well, he's gonna rock crawl to the top of the trail and then camp out.
Yeah. Yeah, so for our audio listeners, it's a picture of a 19, what year was that? 36 Ford slant back. So basically it's like a two-door coupe old car. It's just an old car. So
It's also got a V8.
V8, solid axle swap front and rear, lifted a bunch. It's on 35-inch tires, 3-link.
But it's got a Dana 30.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. An 8.8 in the back and a Dana 30 up front. That's kind of weird. It's got an LS. It's definitely going to break that cheap axle. Yeah. Next one here is the Toyota Tacoma Taco Zilla, which we've talked about a couple times on the show. I think you guys have talked about it on the horsepower hour too, haven't you, Coy?
Absolutely. We heard you guys talk about it, just stole it right off your news.
What goes around comes around.
Hey, I'm not opposed to stealing good content.
Yeah,
that's true.
I like this. They kind of did me dirty with the artist rendition of it or whatever. It looks so much better in the sketch, and I was like super stoked. And then it came out, and like in this picture here, it's literally at the show with this build, and it's already squatting.
It's just, yeah, no one's in the back, and it's
I'm guessing
they need some airbags.
Maybe there's a person in it, and that's what it made it. But like, I'm guessing it's not full of water, and the dump tank, like, it's already like it just seems kind of like a dumb build at this point. I mean, theoretically, I like it, but
at least it was only going to cost like $150,000 or something, so not outrageous.
Yeah.
Well, plus you have to buy a Toyota pickup then too, so
yeah.
I like this one a lot right here.
Why don't you describe this for the audio listeners?
So this one is a Jeep M677 Overland build, which is a Jeep FC forward control. So it's the van bus looking front end, but it's a Doka or a 4-door one, so you can fit the whole family. I believe that was a military.
Did they make 4-door versions of this, or is that custom?
I believe that is a legit one. They did make some. There's not very many out there. I believe the M667 was like a military application, and there wasn't a ton of them out there. And yeah, I'd like it. I'd rock it. I'd rock it hard. And what makes it over?
They did make that as a 4-door version. That's the first one I've seen. Pretty cool.
Well, most of the Jeep FCs you find are rotted out, and they want $10 million for them. So
yeah.
I really like this.
This is the best one so far.
It's got a rooftop tent, which, because that totally makes it Overland. Got an awning on the side there, along with a roof rack with a full-on 40-inch light bar over that awning, which is pretty interesting. Yeah. I don't know. It's a cool build. I'm not happy with all the choices they made on it, but I'd rock it.
I secretly absolutely love these forward controls. Like if they were actually something that was you could actually get that wasn't a pile of rust, I would have one of these on 40s. Like that'd just be an awesome rig.
Yep. Well, it doesn't make the Overland list unless you have the ultimate Overland Toyota 4Runner, which looks just like every other 4Runner out there. So
I
moving on.
I see probably like 6 of these a day. No, and I'm in a
Yeah.
small town.
It's embarrassing to see this on this list. Like to me, it looks like every other one. It's got the newest cool Alu cab rooftop tent, which is pretty cool. It's got a solar panel on the roof.
I mean, it's got all great stuff, and it looks good. It's just that, man, everybody has one.
Yeah,
it's just so basic, so basic.
Yes,
but here's the Toyota that makes it worthwhile. It's an FJ75 Troopy, and that's absolutely gorgeous. That deserves to be on this list.
Yeah,
that 4Runner reminds me of those memes where it's like what I think I drive, what my girlfriend thinks I drive, what my mom thinks I drive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would love one of these.
Who doesn't love a Troopy? It's an older FJ Cruiser, the old school one.
It looks old school, like the FJ70 or 74 or whatever that is, but
it's a longer body.
No, they still make these, I believe. I think they currently still build this overseas. You can buy this brand new.
I would import one really quickly. So it's a longer body. So it's kind of like probably about as long as a 4Runner, standard 4Runner, but it's a 2-door and it's got a really big back that's designed as a troop carrier. This one's been converted to be super overlandy. So
this one's probably better than an FJ.
Yeah.
If anybody was counting.
I don't know what makes this Overland, but this Jeep Gladiator on snow tracks, and it also has a set of some Patagucci's on 40 inches. It's got Dana 60-80 axle combo.
They're like double tracks. There's like dually tracks. You can see that they're stacked double wide on there.
Yeah,
my 7-year-old has this exact transformer.
But it's got a rooftop tent, so it's totally Overland.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious about that roof rack that goes from the rear bumper all the way to the rear portion of the hood.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
The way those bolts are all exposed on it, it looks like something you'd see at the carnival with the lights off. The ball toss or something. It should be like blinking at I'm not going to lie. The dually tracks, something about that looks awesome. The rest of it's horrible, but I love the dually tracks.
You know,
is it because it weighs so much that they have to do that?
Well, it's a Jeep, so.
So yeah.
It's something I do like about this is it's instead of having its regular factory bed, it's actually been flat bedded, and they've got like part of this whole bed rooftop tent rack thing is a side panel door that opens up like a DeLorean. No, not quite like a DeLorean. I can't think of the word to describe it. So yeah.
Gull wing.
Yeah, like a
gull wing.
Gull wing doors. The DeLoreans have those. Yeah. It says the roof rack is built using reclaimed wrought iron from an Ohio bridge.
It's a hipster.
The only thing heavier than a Jeep they put on the roof.
A bridge. Yeah. So I got to say, they're kind of stealing my thunder here because I use a wrought iron roof rack also on the Stink Bug.
Yep, we did. That was awesome. That was a lot of work to bend that wrought iron too.
Coy, I got a fix for your bridge issue. Just drive this thing into the ditch and then
park it in the canal.
Yeah.
Park it. Yeah.
It's already a bridge.
It's already good.
Perfect. It's already got a weight, load rating, and everything.
So we've got a F-250 Super Duty Trimmer Edition with a Fab Fours bumper with no winch or anything in it, and a rooftop tent on the back.
How about those Fab Four fenders?
I mean, it's a good way to
What do you
clear
think
and fit extra big tires.
It makes me feel like somebody took the Jeep Fab4 Grumper drill and smashed my eyes with it. That's how I feel when I look at those Fab4 fenders. They're so, and I cannot stress this part enough, so bad.
Yeah, they're the only good thing those fenders are good for is how high up they cut. This allows this F-250 to fit 39-inch BFG mud terrains.
Aren't those
That's pretty-
made out of steel as well?
Yes, they are.
That way, so if you just barely touch a tree, it crushes your whole fender instead of just rubbing the plastic fender flare.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's what I'm looking for in an overland build.
I like this. I believe it's a wrap. I like this camouflage wrap that's on it. It's really subdued and not over the top.
Black
Yeah.
camo or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's black because it's got the brown and green. It's just really dark tinted.
I don't like how low the bumper hangs, and I don't like those fenders either. I just don't like the hard angles on the fenders. I like something that's going to be smooth. Yeah, it's just weird. It's like Fab4 just tries so hard to be different that it just comes off wrong.
Yep. We might as well skip this Nissan Titan Pro 4X because it's kind of.
Honestly, it's super basic. Also, it's just a lifted truck with a front bumper and a rooftop tent.
But it's a Nissan, and I believe that's the new face, the new upgraded front end, the grille and all that.
Sure.
Those headlights look nice. Compliment.
Also, hey, go back really quick. I'm glad it has a winch for when you hang up on your steps back there.
Yep.
Exactly.
Ooh, Predator steps. You know what these kind of overland builds like this and the 4Runner remind me of? You know when you're at like Les Schwab or whatever tire store and they have a little computer and you can add different tires and wheels to your generic vehicle? If there was a button that you clicked that said Overlander right next to like 3-inch lift, it would throw up like bumpers and a rooftop tent and a max track so that guys could just be like, oh, my 4Runner would be so sweet.
Yes.
Yep. All right, so we've got the Redarc Toyota Tacoma TRD off-road overland build. It's got a tray with the awesome Aussie build, and it looks like it's got Washington State plates.
I've actually seen this one in person. Have you guys seen this one in person?
This reminds me of like the mule one. Like, is it the mule one?
The mule one's way better.
Oh.
Well, I mean, it looks cooler. The mule FJ80 Truggy tray. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is legit. I like this.
I like it. It's nice.
I love the idea of a tray and the tray canopy boxes like this too. They are pretty sweet.
Just not the cost. But I mean, you don't see it very much here in the States, so it makes it not so basic like that 4Runner. All right, here we go. We've got a Land Cruiser Banderite. I can't spell. FJ45 crew cab. That is actually pretty nice. And you know, that white tint does not look terrible-ish. It looks
until the first time it gets dirty.
Yeah, until it gets dirty, yeah. But I mean for SEMA, it's cool.
Also, until the sun comes out with that tent. God, that looks reflective.
Yeah, for everybody else.
Blind yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think about all the naps you could take midday. Nice and cool in there.
Yeah. And we've got a Earth Roamer LTI Overland Mega RV. We've had Earth Roamer on. You know what those are all about. Those are pretty awesome. If you haven't, it's go check out that episode. And then
is that really a SEMA build though? It's just like you could just buy one of these if you have $500,000.
I know that's just how it comes. Yeah, it's not really a build.
Well, I mean, they built it for SEMA probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I like it, but I don't like. I'm not in love with it. I don't know. It's too big for the places I want to go. And then I think this fits this whole trend for this one is it really Overland? No, I guess it's got a rooftop tent on. It is now.
It's got like 6 light bars that I can see.
Yeah,
Or I assume there's 2 more on the other
That's
side.
like
There's probably one in
Gambler.
the back too.
Gambler Overland.
that
There's
is
under the
It's like
there's one under the bumper.
Yep. Well, I mean, there's probably one in the back. Assuming there's the awning's over there. Do you think they put light bars on the same side as the awning?
Oh, the other company did, so it's possible.
Yeah.
It's got Ben's favorite headlights in it.
Oh yeah.
They left their duct tape on the tire.
Yep. So it is a Overland AMC Eagle. For those of you not completely familiar, AMC used to own Jeep, and they made a 4-wheel drive car. And this one's pretty wicked looking outside of the fact that it's Overland because it's got light bars and a tent.
Well, and
I
look
would-
at that front
I
axle.
totally rock this thing.
That's
Yeah.
a tiny tube on
Well-
that front axle.
No, okay. You're gonna bite your tongue here in a second because it says that this was dropped onto a JK chassis.
So it's a 35.
Yeah,
So a tiny axle.
Yep.
sure, but I guess what I'm saying is it's a Jeep under there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's got Falcon shocks, so Terraflex and Quake LED. It's a good combination. And then it's got 364 inches of Quake light LED light bars.
360. So it's got like nine light bars.
Something like that. There's probably
Is
one.
that lineal inches or square inches? Because it doesn't say. So like
It's got to be lineal.
Yeah.
that would make sense. So that would be like 10
940
36-inch light bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's disgusting and cool in so many different ways, right?
They have an upgraded alternator.
For when you want to drive through the campground at night with all your light bars on.
I'm guessing you can't
I need-
start it with the lights on.
Exactly. Yeah. Eric says take all that crap off, and I would love to own one.
Wow,
So-
heck, if you gave me that, I could swap in, all of the stuff from my JK frame. Then you have it on 60s.
Yeah, there you go.
This
Yeah.
because that seemed kind of gamblery to me, and this is technically maybe a news article, but it's not an article because I'm just going to tell you this story. One of the local gambler guys to me here in Oregon they do the gambler mini bike with like the Coleman 5-horse mini bikes out here. He took his stock gambler mini bike to the Mint 400 desert race and ran it and finished. And he's got the record for first pull start bike to not only enter the race, but also finish. And he beat like 75 other bikes in raw time.
Good Lord.
Nice.
To be fair, I guess 50 of them broke down or wrecked out, like 15 of them.
Sure.
But literally like over 50, he just straight beat in raw.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's hardcore. That's some true gambling right there.
Sounds like a interview coming up.
Well, I think it's
Sorry,
time for
did I just stomp on an interview you guys have coming up? Sorry.
Go prepared with Warren Industries. They produced the first recreational winch in 1959 and lead the industry with their dedication to quality and reliability. When you dig yourself in deep, make sure you have the right tools to get yourself out. Get Warren equipped and go where others can't. Now, let's get ready for adventure and head into our main topic.
Hi, guys.
So this
Sorry.
week
Sorry, Coy.
this week we're doing another marketplace madness. So last time we had no restrictions except for money, and this time we restricted it to just Toyota. So we obviously had to bump up the cost since hashtag Toyota.
Toyotas. Yeah. Coy, you're looking a little naked there.
Yeah. Did
Sorry,
you
I-
not get the memo? What I
Have you
really
guys
want to
ever-
know is what the heck is Ben wearing on his head?
Uh-oh.
Well, the saying goes, Warren has you covered. This is a cover for my winch. WENCH.
You guys look like you're at like a Warren rib eating competition. Warren should really do that at like the next Overland rally. Give everybody these bibs and have a rib eating competition.
That would be
That'd
great.
be great. We'll have to talk to Andy about that.
Yeah.
Oh, we could probably get the Scottle guys involved and do some eating competition.
Or maybe crab eating contest.
Ooh,
That would
Could
also
be
work.
crab, yeah.
Could
Or
be
maybe
surf
like-
and turf, and you'd have crab and ribs.
Wait. A no hands blueberry pie eating contest.
yeah.
Yeah,
I won
sign
one
me
of those
up.
when I was 12.
That
I can
sounds
tell.
terrible. That sounds like not something I want to do. Well, anyway, back to the main topic since we digressed. And if you really want to know what was going on there, you really kind of have to go and watch the show on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or Twitter or wherever else we are. And you'll definitely see it. But I guess we're going to start off with the $7,500 and under. So let's kick it off with Koi.
Yeah, guys. Are you ready to make fun of me?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. My first one for 7,500 and under. I spent a measly $6,800, so I have gas to get it home. I got a 1993 Toyota Previa all-wheel drive.
Say what? They made a Previa and all-wheel drive? Oh, the Previa. Yeah. The minivan. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now this Butte is actually an imported right-hand drive with a 3CT diesel motor, dual sunroof. It's an automatic. I couldn't get a manual price.
Is it a bubble top?
That's the dual sunroof. It has dual sunroof front and back, so it kind of has a bubble top look. It's got a Washington title.
It's kind of got a
only-
panorama views. It's got windows galore.
Yeah, you can really, when you're overlanding in this bad boy, you can see the meteor strikes, the trees falling, everything.
That's a good looking rig, Koi. You knocked that one out of the park.
It's got new paint. It's in kilometers.
It says it
comes
takes
out-
regular unleaded.
No, it's diesel. What? I'm almost certain this one was diesel, unless I'm confusing myself.
On the screen, it says regular unleaded.
Yeah, I think that's a gas.
Checking.
I don't see anything
Check.
about it being diesel. Oh wait, it does say turbo diesel.
Yeah, it's a diesel. It's a 3CT. So you could put regular unleaded in it for a little bit,
It's not going to run well.
not for long. It's got 167,000 miles. It's in kilometers, but yeah, new glow plugs.
That's
New-
probably the lowest mile Previa in the nation.
Probably.
It's really close for that price. It for sure is.
Yeah.
They were going to turn it into a camper, but they went something else instead. And low ballers will be ignored. Has a Washington title, but it's in California, so you're going to have to talk to the California DMV about how that works if you're down there. So I'd suggest buying it out of state.
There you go. Well, I spent my $7,500 on a $3,500 1985 Tercel wagon, Toyota Tercel wagon, all-wheel drive. Actually, mine's not all-wheel drive; it's four-wheel drive. So it says everything works. Purchased from a friend a few years back that bought it new. So this guy bought it from the owner. 240,000 miles on the motor. It's got a bunch of new engine parts. It's got new tires, new axles, and a battery. I'm not sure how it has new axles. Maybe it's like CVs. Not a looker, by the way. I mean,
I
not
don't
a
know. Blue is pretty blue-purple.
Not a looker. 240,000 miles.
yeah, but I mean,
How much is he asking for this again?
3,500, which I feel is pretty inexpensive for something that's had a bunch of work done to it, and it's this vintage.
For just under double that, we can get ourselves a diesel Toyota Previa. Just saying, man.
Yeah, but the steering wheel's on the wrong side.
Yeah, but you can't roll coal in this.
Well, I'm sure it rolls a little bit of coal. Being a gas motor, I'm sure there's a little bit of something going past the seals
Yeah. Plus, this probably gets 30, 40 miles to the gallon of oil.
of oil. Yeah, it's just totally different. So
It passed DEQ. I think that's the what is that? That's the emissions.
I'm
yes,
pretty
that's
sure that
emissions here in
vehicles
Oregon.
over 25 years
anyways,
old don't actually have to pass DQ, so he's kind of sliding that one in.
yeah. Anyways, that was mine. How about you, Jeremy? What do you got? Show us what you got.
Well, I picked up a Toyota Tacoma, so 1995.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. The thing that really drew me to this is kind of the camper in the back. So Ben, you should go to some of the pictures that you can actually see the camper. So it's kind of a basic Toyota Tacoma. You know, there's still some work that you can do to it, but I kind of fell in love with that camper that they built back there. So that's actually, it can be a bed or it can be a table, and you can sit all the way around that table.
The fact that it has a table in the back of it makes it pretty cool. Can you imagine, like, it's raining outside, you're in a group and you can just go sit in the back of your rig and go get drunk with a bunch of your buddies?
Don't get me
Ben,
wrong, it's super
Jeez.
impractical, but I kind of
I
love
am
it.
straight up not getting in the back of that with you.
Well, Ben's not invited. He's
Four
gonna sit
cans
out.
of pork and beans, and you're inside of there. There's only one ingress egress. Absolutely not.
No. Ben has to sit outside even if it's pouring down rain. But he can sit kind of near the tailgate as long as the wind's blowing, in the right direction.
The right direction.
We can move the truck, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah,
No, that's cool.
I kind of actually love it.
That's pretty nice. Is it 4-wheel drive?
I thought it was. I searched Toyota 4x4, so hopefully
Okay.
it's 4-wheel.
Yeah,
It's got two sticks. So okay.
it's got two sticks.
I do like down there at the suggested value on Facebook below there.
Yeah.
So only about $2,000 over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, the camper, I don't know. COVID, yada,
Toyota
yada, yada.
tax. Yeah.
That has more miles than the 1985 car that I picked.
Yeah, but just by 9,000 miles. It's
But
Toyota
reliability, bro.
Well, more Toyota reliability here. I picked a 1998 Toyota 4Runner because I don't know. I just
Are you
I
selling
was
yours?
No, not
Oh.
selling mine. So it's 200,000 miles, automatic transmission. Yeah, that was about all. It's the 3.4 liter, runs, drive, stops. Had been a daily driver and a wheeler, but I don't know. It's
10 years older than Ben's, but it has half the miles as Ben's.
does not have half the miles of mine. It's got 30,000 less than mine.
It's got 1/3 less than, or 1/3 the miles of his.
So yeah,
Maybe that's so, Ben, but it has 100 times better paint than yours.
squeeze me. Wow, I'm booting you out of the show. There we go.
Well, anyway. Whoa.
Yeah.
Fix
That's what happens when we kick people out. We get the echo.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, it's gone. Anyway, the next price category is your $7,500 to your $18,000 range. So, time to start going wild. Aaron, what do you got?
Well, I kind of did what you did in the last round. I picked a regular cab Tacoma. This one is a 2011. They want $16,000 for it. Apparently, there's a place called the Overland Truck Store, somewhere here in Oregon.
Oh.
So, yeah, Overland Truck Store.
Everything's fully overland.
No, this is out in Port Orchard.
Yeah, so this is actually up near me. I drive by it all the time, and I don't know how I feel about it, but I should probably walk in there sometime.
Well, I like the idea of this rig because it's a it's the shortest of short pickup truck wheelbases that you can get. No one makes regular cab trucks anymore. I'm not even sure if Toyota makes a regular cab anymore. So it's a pickup truck, but it's got a super short wheelbase, so that's good for tight trails and stuff. 4-wheel drive. This one's got a little bit of a lift on it because it's a dealer. They don't really say what's been done to it because they're confused. This one's also really high miles, so it's a 2011 with 213,000 miles on it. The only downside to this one is it's a 4-cylinder. So, but maybe it doesn't need big horsepower because it's lightweight without all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
This would be a great one to yank the bed off and throw a tray on it.
That would be an awesome candidate for a tray.
Yeah. What do you got, Jeremy?
Well, I kind of struggled in this one to pick between two of them. I was looking at a 4Runner that was kind of built for doing some rock crawling. But I also found this 1989 Toyota Tacoma diesel swap. So I really liked it because of the diesel swap. Kind of unique.
Speaking of rolling coal.
Yeah. So
whoa,
he does have
what is it on? Like, is it on 38s or something?
I didn't get that far. Yeah, 38 and a half. No, I did.
And if you get stuck, it's got a 12,000 pound Harbor Freight winch. So
I know.
Yeah.
Well, that thing's.
Oh yeah.
But
There you go. Your problems are solved, boys. You've got a Harbor Freight winch.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of like it. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's definitely different. I would definitely probably throw some different injectors in there so it wasn't smoking. But I do kind of like it.
It has RCV axles, shafts, and
Yep.
yeah, bird fields.
Yeah.
Stage 5 ceramic clutch.
Well, Ben, what have you got for this price range?
What did I pick? That's a good question. Oh, yes, the Land Cruiser. I picked a 2002 Toyota Land Cruiser.
Why are you flipping us off in the photo?
Dirty
with your
finger.
finger. Yeah, where's that finger been?
Yep. So, I had an 80 series Land Cruiser, and still to this day, one of my regrets on selling it.
Okay. How many rigs have you had?
Let's not go there.
We don't have time tonight for all that.
Yeah.
Show's running long, so
Yeah, show's running long. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty basic, but it's a Land Cruiser with 213,000 miles.
I like how they did almost no work to sell this. Like the carpets are dirty. They're like showing that the seat folds forward, but they don't put the headrest down, so it won't go all the way down.
Yeah. And I see at least one of the seats in the rear. So yeah, no work done whatsoever. So maybe I can get an even better price, right?
They want 18 grand. I don't know.
13.
Oh, sorry. I'm reading on a small screen.
Yeah.
Well, it says it's right in the price range.
Yep, right in the price range. Coy, what you got?
I went oddball again. It's listed as a 1991 Toyota Land Cruiser, but it's not. It's a Toyota Hi-Ace.
That's not a Land Cruiser.
No, the big negative. It's a 1991 Toyota Hi-Ace 4x4. It's a 4-door with a small bed. It's got about 179,000 miles on it. It's got a 2-liter diesel non-turbo engine, 5-speed manual, 4-wheel drive, transfer case, all the ingredients.
Any locker?
Let me see. I don't think. Yeah, no lockers. That it's listed anyways, but
I'd be curious to know physically how big this is compared to. I mean, what size is this compared to? Is this the size of a Toyota Tacoma or?
Oh God, no.
Mm-mm.
No.
Honestly, they're probably about. This is I mean, physical dimensions like Ford F-150 sized, I would say. They're not big. Think like those little tiny Isuzu tow trucks, but if it was 4-wheel drive and didn't have a giant flatbed on it. So the cab's
Yeah.
not huge.
I would say take off the bed, put a tray on it, and call it good.
That's kind of what I thought. And for 10 grand, man, that's
Yeah.
how can you go wrong with something like this for an overland vehicle? Like it's a Toyota commercial diesel engine.
Oh,
It only has 179,000. So
but even then, I mean, you don't even have to use it as an overland vehicle. It gets 20 to 25 miles per gallon. You can use it as a round town vehicle, and it's cool.
there's not a whole ton of pictures, but obviously something overseas. There could be some rust issues and some other stuff. But if everything holds up, man, $10,000, this Toyota, it'd be a conversation piece, and it would be super fun. And I would run all over the hills on this.
I'm gonna guess that it does not have a stereo because there's a JBL little Bluetooth speaker on the dash. So
Okay,
That's
so
a coffee cup.
from the smallest, so the length of this thing is about 179 inches, which is about 30 inches shorter in length than the smallest F-150. I'm trying to convert the width right now,
Okay.
just to give you an idea. But 66 inches wide, whereas the narrowest F-150 is 80 inches wide.
So 66 inches wide is going to be a little bit.
So it's like a foot narrower and like 3 feet shorter in length.
Oh, this is even smaller than I thought.
Yeah, no, it's pretty small.
I mean, this is actually more comparable to like a 4Runner or even maybe an FJ or something physical size. I'm guessing this runs a little tall, but
Yeah.
I don't even think it's that tall, if I'm honest.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, our next dollar range is $18,000 to $50,000. So let's kick it off with you, Jeremy. What do you got for 50 grand?
Well, I was pretty excited about this one. So I picked up a 1992 Toyota Hilux Surf. So really, I just kind of liked it for so it's a turbo diesel, which is pretty awesome. But just the other fact that it's pretty rare, because obviously you got to import these. They were never sold here. So
Do you have that picture anywhere, Ben?
Oh, sorry.
well, I mean, they were sold here as a 4Runner with a gas engine.
Well, yeah, that's fair, but still, it's right-hand drive. So I mean,
Yeah.
come on, what
It's
more do you
JDM,
want?
bro.
Yeah.
JDM AF.
My only concern is if you look at that intake, the welds don't look super great on that, but it's kind of hard to tell because it's kind of a small picture. But and just by the way, the vehicle's paid off.
Oh, sweet.
I think it'd be hard to buy. I think it'd be really hard to buy one of these on credit, being that it has to be imported.
Yeah, I would imagine. I don't know. I mean, they'll probably give you a loan for anything, right?
This is the least amount of miles of any vehicle we've looked at so far at 87,000.
I know. Not even over 100,000 miles for a 92. That's pretty low miles.
Yeah.
And it does look pretty clean on the inside, that's for sure.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you got, Ben?
Well,
see if you can Hilux Surf.
I picked a 1989 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ62. It's currently bid at $31,000. And look at that gloriousness. Right?
It's pretty clean. Pretty clean.
Pretty clean. Fuel injected 4.0. It's had a bit of work done on it back in October. Yeah, here's There's the gallery that I was looking for.
It's got manual hubs.
And well, hubs, yes, indeed. It's got a oh my goodness, a sunroof. Yeah, there we go.
It's like completely stock.
Yeah, and
You
completely clean.
can't wheel that or overland that.
Oh, I can, and then I can ruin it.
My question is, this is on Bring a Trailer, and it's 31,000 with 2 days left. What do you guys think this over or under 50K for this?
Over.
This might actually be out of our range.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's over.
I'm seriously starting to think about like selling just regular cars on Bring a Trailer and see what happens.
Yeah, I want to know how that works.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's got like the original Toyota windows and all that. It's clean. So, Aaron, you're muted.
CMP, so it's going to go for a lot, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, this guy took a lot of pictures,
especially with the detail he took of the photos.
Yeah, I mean, there's 245 pictures.
Yeah,
this thing is straight beautiful. I would love to own this.
150,000 miles on it.
I couldn't drive this anywhere is the problem. I would feel bad getting it dirty. Like it looks like it just rolled off the Toyota showroom floor.
Yeah. Can you beat that thing, Coy? What do you got?
Well, I also went to Bring a Trailer, and it's pretty funny that we brought up a Toyota Banderosaurus, basically an FJ45, because I picked one of these. And what is the bid at?
Ooh,
24K.
Yeah, only at 24K.
How many days are left?
It looks like it just. Let's see. It ended today. Actually, looks like
ended on the today.
And did it sold for 20?
Nope, reserve not met.
Okay. I was gonna say that I couldn't believe this sold for 24,000. So this is a 1982 Toyota Banderita Quesarito. They call it an OJ55. As far as I can tell, it's a FJ45, but it's a regular cab pickup that was imported from the U.S. or from Brazil to the U.S. by the seller this year. Finished tan over black vinyl and is powered by a Mercedes-Benz 3.8 liter inline 4 paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, dual range transfer case. Equipment includes a front bumper mounted winch, automatically locking front wheel hubs, and split folding bench seat.
What do you need folding bench seats with a single cab?
Well, obviously, you keep a rifle behind there.
Storage behind, yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at
Winch,
that.
16,000 pounds.
This truck doesn't even weigh 6,000 pounds. I bet you this truck weighs 4,000 pounds or less.
I just think this thing's beautiful. I would die to have an FJ45. I don't even want one in this good a condition. This one's diesel. It's just awesome. And strangely, this is not right-hand drive. So
it's pretty awesome.
Look at those bolt heads.
Yeah, well, did you see the ones on the front that were rusty?
Yeah, they must be required to take pictures of every single fastener for Bring a Trailer or something. Yeah,
everything up top.
Well, I'm the last one here. I'm the last one. I picked a 2011 Toyota. We all know it's a Toyota. That's what we're talking about this episode. The FJ Cruiser, and this one is a rare Trail Team Special Edition. 4x4, low miles. This one is 41,000 miles. Can you go to the very first picture, Ben? Okay, so that picture right there tells me that nobody off-roaded this vehicle ever.
It still has the damage enhancer on the front bumper.
Uh-huh. Yes. No one has taken this thing off road. It only has 63,000 miles, so it's got low miles. This thing is ready to be modified.
Yeah, this thing's ready to be wheeled and abused.
Yeah. I'm going to opine on this for a second, and I'm going to drop some little history of this particular model of FJ. I really freaking wanted an Army Green 2011 FJ Cruiser Trails team, but they only made like 300 of them because there was a tsunami in Japan. It made it difficult to produce special editions in 2011. Blech! So that's a little bit of history there. I looked.
Thank you for that history, Coy.
Time for an upgrade then. Just swap your components and then sell yours, and it'll look like it's never been wheeled because everything's stock.
I agree. I looked and looked for 2011's trail teams because I wanted the Army Green, and I would always see like middle-aged moms drive by me on the freeway in the one I wanted and get violently angry and start screaming, and they'd look like this, stock, perfect, and they don't even know that they only made a couple hundred of them.
You know that's who drove this one was some middle-aged mom. I mean, it's so unmolested. It does say that it has TRD rock sliders on it, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, but they're probably stock.
That was a factory thing with the trails teams. It's stock. Yeah.
I see. They came on them.
Weren't those pretty thin tubed sliders anyways? So most people got rid of them.
No, those were legit. Those were totally legit real sliders. But there's no kick out or anything. And they don't stick out at all. So by the time something hits that slider, your door is crushed. So I'm not really sure what the slider and from underneath the frame hits first. So that slider is there, but it's protecting, I don't know.
The rocker panel. That's about it.
So perfect rock.
I took mine off, sold them for $200 and bought all pro ones for like $550.
Yeah. Well, this one's ready to be molested by somebody. Somebody needs to buy this bad boy, throw some legit suspension on it, put some armor all the way around on it, a Warren winch on the front, Medical Gear Outfitters first aid kit on the inside, and they just need to go to town.
Yeah, it needs like a Trailworks front bumper, triple hoop, like I said, a Warren winch, maybe some Mickey Thompson tires with some Interco Bird Dog wheels, Rathlow suspension, ARB center console on the roof, and a Viair air compressor in there. Maybe
some drawers in the back.
Yeah, homemade drawer slide in the back. Yeah,
I feel like you're just describing your FJ. Right now.
No, mine's totally
exactly
different.
What he's doing.
Mine's
That's
tan.
exactly what he's doing.
Mine's tan. Totally different.
Well,
all right.
That's our list. If anybody has any marketplace madness they want to reach out to us and throw some on our Facebook page or message them to us, tell us what you're looking for. See what you're shopping for. Maybe you want something that's in at the location that Coy is broadcasting from tonight, the TRD Museum, I think it is.
Yeah, it's something like that. I talked to a lot of people on the way in here. Mr. Toyota was really in my ear, and I wasn't paying attention to little people.
Did you see Iron Man Ivan Stewart there at all? Was he hanging out?
Oh no, he's not here. He's busy racing right now.
Gotcha. Did you notify him of his car's extended warranty needing extended?
I did thank him actually, though. I was like, "Hey, I really appreciate you choosing to use Hilton Hotels. Gonna go ahead and offer you some discounts."
It's the Marriott that I get the calls from.
I always get Hiltons. They thank me for using the Hilton Hotel. I've never stayed in a Hilton hotel.
That's a shocker, Coy.
It was a while back, but I didn't. Yeah, not sure what that has to do with the hotel, but.
Well, thanks for watching those videos, apparently. And also, thank you to everyone who listens to our podcast weekly, who hangs out when we absolutely can't shut up over the news and go really, really long. We do really appreciate you guys. There's still several of you guys hanging on here in the comment section, so appreciate that. Make sure you're sharing us with your friends, helping us grow. Leave us reviews. So we haven't asked for a review in a while. That also helps our show grow, puts us towards the top of the list. Coy, what is I heard recently that you guys made like some top 200 list in Canada.
Oh yeah, we're 190, 94th, 96, something like that in Canada. So
that's a big achievement.
Or no, not 100. We're 96 in Canada, and I think 196 in the U.S. market. So
okay.
Climbing the charts, baby, climbing the charts.
Yeah,
we're
that's awesome.
Like top 2% Canada. So cool,
pretty good. Yeah. Well, hey, send us some reviews. Help us try to chase down those horsepower hour guys, and also God bless America.
Don't forget to visit Patriot Patch and join the Patch of the Month Club. Check out our Gaia affiliate link for up to 40% off. Also, don't forget to head over to Warren and Power Tank to see all of their great gear. We are a proud part of the Firearms Radio Network. Got a question or comment? Send it to us through our webpage at firearmsradio.tv or through our social media channels by searching for Off-Road Podcast. Also, you can listen to us live at overlandradio.com, Mondays at 7 p.m. Pacific. When off-road, please remember to have fun, tread lightly, be safe and courteous, and thanks for listening.
Goddamn